Good morning, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. We've reached day 28 of our 30-day accent challenge, where we bring you a live video every day to help you with improving your American accent. We've talked about topics ranging from pronunciation, intonation, how Americans really talk in fluent speech, how to practice, vowels, difficult sounds, difficult speaking situations. We've covered a lot in this time, and you can see the past lessons on my playlist, 30-Day Challenge, and also on my website, speechmodification.com, where there are practice materials and additional information for each of the topics we've talked about. So I suggest checking those out. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so because you'll be notified when we're live and when I've uploaded new videos. You can click on the little bell in your subscriptions and turn on notifications for speech modification. So thanks for being here this morning. Today we're going to take a second look at American R. So we looked at American R on day 6 of the challenge because this is a sound that many people struggle with when working on their American accent. So if you'd like some more basic help with American R, check out day 6 video or my American R playlist, and that will walk you through what the American R is all about, how to produce it, how you're probably making an R sound based on your native language, and a lot of tips and tricks for the American R. Today, what I want to look at is once you've gotten that American R, that back R sound, what difficult obstacles remain for the American R. So we're going to take a closer look at some of the additional challenges you face pronouncing R in connected speech. So if you've learned to make the back R, you may still have some contexts where you find it's difficult. For example, words that have OR like or words with R and L like real, really, or perhaps words with TH and R like three or other. We're going to look at some of those examples and help you with those types of words. So the sound is often spelled with ER, but you can't rely on spelling to help you with that. So for words with vowel R and another R, you can't always know just because it's spelled with an OR doesn't mean it's going to be an OR sound or an AR or an ER. You have to learn to look up these words in the dictionary and to determine what vowel sounds there are. So the vowel by itself is often spelled, like I said, with ER. It can also be spelled other ways. So let me show you some examples. I'm going to get my board here so that I can show you. Sometimes visually it's easier to see the written words than to just hear me talk about them. So just a moment. So for example, the ER, I'm going to call it ER, the sound. That's how we primarily spell with ER. The symbol for this sound in the Learner's Dictionary, Merriam-Webster's Learner's Dictionary, and the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, both of which I recommend for using for pronunciation, and you can find links to those on speech modification on today's post. This symbol is spelled ER in words like her or paper. That's pretty straightforward. But it's also can be spelled IR, as in bird, OR, as in work or word, UR, as in sure, or EAR, as in learn. There are lots of other examples with these alternate spellings. So if I'm just looking for ER to say that's not going to be very helpful. And you need to be careful that when you're saying words like bird, work, word, sure, and learn, that you're not adding an extra sound. You have to ignore the spelling of those words, ignore that there's an I there or a U there, and just be thinking You may actually sometimes people think of as being UR, the sound, but basically I recommend trying to learn that symbol here and think of that as the sound, and that will really help you when you're looking up words in the dictionary. For the OR sound, we usually spell that with O and R. So a lot of times when you see OR, besides word and work, you can count on it saying or. One note, we did have a lesson about vowel O and how Americans say O as a diphthong. We move from O to O. We hold that longer. In words with OR, we do not diphthongize that O. We don't say OR. That would sound like this word, OR. OR. We just say OR. So it's the O sound and the sound. OR versus OR. OR. So the O diphthong in words like OR is not in words like OR. So spelling of OR, the letters OR, we spell the OR vowel with OR as in or, for, ignore, but also with OU as in for. Just a note, for, the number 4 with OR, and the word for, F-O-R, have the same pronunciation. They're homophones. For. I have 4 papers for you. There's no difference there, even though the spelling is different. We also spell the OR vowel with 2 O's. For example, door or floor. So you have to watch out. Again, the OR can be spelled different ways. Other vowels, we have other diphthongs, air, ear, ire, our, are, and these can have a variety of spellings too. So, excuse me, what you want to look for is the symbol and whatever vowel is before it, and that's what you're going to try to pronounce when you see those words. You can get more help for that on my website with practice materials. And then another difficult situation to pronounce the American R is in words where the R and the L are together. Frequently, people either also have difficulty with the L sound, or producing these two sounds in close succession is difficult because they used to use a front R, where the tongue was in the front of the mouth to make their R, rather than the American R that's in the back of the mouth. And the L sound is made in that front tongue position. So some examples of words you might find challenging would be girl, world, really, learn, or rule. So I'm going to give you some help with those now. If your word ends with RL, like girl or world, if the R and L are together like that, what you want to do is have a little bit of a vowel sound between your R and the L. It's basically like an R and a vowel schwa and an L. So girl. I don't go immediately from R to L. My tongue has to move forward, and while it's moving forward, that vowel schwa, which is a central relaxed vowel, comes in. So let's try that. If you say it slowly, you can really hear it. Girl. And then in running speech, I'll say it more quickly. Girl. She's a very nice girl. So that can help you sometimes if you have trouble transitioning from the R to the L, to be thinking about your tongue moving through that vowel schwa. Similarly, world. I almost want to think about that as being were and old, and gliding between those two. World. If you have a word like real or rule, where you have to start with R and move to the L and there's a vowel in between, what you want to do is think about what's happening with those vowels. So for example, in the word real, I'm moving from re, an R and a front E, to the L sound, and I have that schwa again before the L. So it's not really just R, it's not just E and L, it's real. So that will also help you lengthen that word, which Americans typically use a longer vowel on some of their words, like real. So try that with me slowly. Real. And then speed up. Real. Same for rule, rule. I'm using the vowel schwa before the L, rule. What you'll notice is that real and rule have a little bit of an extra sound in there, and you can learn about that in my vowel-to-vowel linking video. Lastly, I also have a video talking about how to pronounce the word really or really. I tend to say really rather than really. Both are correct. That's a really helpful one for producing that common word and working on the R and L combination, and it walks you through those steps. So check that one out. It's in my American R playlist, and also I'll put a link to it in the corner for those of you watching the broadcast later for the word really. Lastly, let's look at when we have to say TH and R in the same word. Again, these are two sounds that tend to have a lot of error patterns for a lot of non-native speakers. The TH is sometimes stopped. You can see more information about American TH in my TH playlist and TH videos. So I do have a video talking about when TH and R are at the beginning of a word, like three or through. What you want to do is be moving quickly from the TH position to the back tongue, three. And you can just practice going more slowly, and that will help you get those two tongue positions correct. So I'm starting with my tongue resting between my teeth. Then I have to pull it back and make it tight for the sound. Three, through. And you can try it with nonsense syllables too. Thray, thra. Even though those aren't words, sometimes it's easier to practice those combinations on things that aren't words, because when we try to say the word, our habitual pattern of saying the word happens rather than making just those sounds, the TH and the R sounds. So practice those alone. Same goes for words like other, either, together, where the TH is at the end. Basically, when we have a word ending in THER, it's usually a voiced TH, and it sounds like ther. It's very helpful to just practice that ther sound by itself. Usually that's not a stressed syllable. Together, another, either. Usually the first syllable is always long, and the ther syllable is short and reduced. That makes it even more difficult to get those sounds on there accurately, so you may want to practice with exaggerating the ther. Either, other. Really work slowly on the ther syllable. Then later in connected speech and as you're practicing, lighten up and reduce that second syllable. Either, other. You don't really want to be hitting that THER too strongly. I do have a video that will help you specifically for words with THER, because there are many common words that have that pattern. And also I do have a video for pronouncing THR at the beginning for three, through, etc. So check both of those out in my American TH playlist. And we did talk about American TH earlier in the challenge, so if you need some more basic help with that sound as well, check it out. Today's practice is day 28, so we just have 2 more days of the challenge. If you have any specific requests for what we talk about in the last 2 days, feel free to leave a comment on this video and drop me a note on what you'd like to hear about. We will continue to have our Friday live question and answer broadcasts, where you can bring any question about the American accent. And of course, you can always leave questions and comments on any of my videos, and I'll get back to you to direct you where you can find the answer. Hello, nice to see you. Also, go to my playlist. I do have to my channel page. I do have a search box where you can type in your word, your difficult sound, your concept, and you will find answers to your questions, find videos relating to your material there. Thanks for being here today. Good luck for those of you who are working at a more advanced level on your American R, and for those of you who need more basic help, I've got lots of videos helping you out to get that American R sound. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. I'm happy to see you. Remember, if you want to sound American, you can do it. speechmodification.com.